then obviously my flumps have multiplied. We went to a poultry auction in September because I wanted some more of these guys, and come back with more than I bid on, because I was picking up mine and a chap hadn't sold some of his, so I ended up taking those as well. It really upset the little buff flump, because she thought she was the only buff flump in the world, and then 2 more have arrived. And I got the little black one and the birchen one, mainly because he's, you know, we've had so many broody flumps over the summer. He's out on his own with his little hen, who I think's in laying an egg at the moment. So I needed some more girls to sort of save him being so hard on her, because she's going quite bald on her head where he keeps mounting her. You've never been so important, have you? He loves his treats. Stupidly, I've got him onto mealworms, and you've got to be rationed, because otherwise he'll just eat a whole packet of those if we're not careful. But it keeps him more occupied. Mrs F there, old Mrs F, she has been broody, but she seems to have come off now, which is a good thing, because they can drop like flies. You get one go brooding and then they all do, and then he's back on his own again. So he's happy at the moment, enjoying a nice afternoon anyway. I also got these lemon pile Brahmas at the auction, which are really pretty, and the birds that you saw at the beginning with the haircuts, they're cream leg bars. They're the ones that lay the sort of blue eggs. We're not actually getting any eggs at the moment, because all my older ones are into molt and the younger ones haven't come in to lay. You're having a molt, aren't you, Bob? And you're no less of an idiot. He hasn't settled down. He's chased me down the garden a couple of times. As long as you're all right to the hens, we'll be fine. Enjoying windfall apples, because we've lost most of our cooking apples because of like the really bad gale force winds. They just blew off before I could really do too much about it, but they're not wasted because these guys enjoy them. Obviously I've had to let those 2 noodles out, because you will have noticed we're in month 4 of having scaffolding up now, and it's not fair to keep them in all the time. You can't keep them in for that length of time. It's ridiculous. It's always going to be finished next week, but we don't know what next week that will be. So I let them out of an afternoon, and they're molting as well, so they're a bit quieter and sort of marginally more well behaved than they are the rest of the year. So I'm just making the most of it at the moment. Everyone's enjoying a bit of carrot. There he is. You're just being horrible, aren't you? He has been really grumpy, quite butty. We tried horn bumpers on him with some pipe lagging. I know, but you managed to get them off, didn't you? So yes, you managed to get them off because you're butting sheep, and we have talked a lot about karma, haven't we, Merv? A bigger goat will come one day and bully you. Here's Bobble. And what's wrong with that bit? Bobble is so fussy. He always wants to be hand-fed, don't you? You always want to be hand-fed, and that is because you are spoilt. He's getting very spoilt, and talking of spoilt, Madam there has recovered from pneumonia. It was very touch and go for a little bit. Hello, Mitten. I'm getting besieged. Now, Bobble, don't butt me. You've had a lot of treats. That's what's keeping you going. So got 2 sheep trying to rub on me. Yeah, she's had loads and loads of treats. You've been very overspoiled, because I thought you were going to die again, because she seemed to get better then go downhill again, which I was worried about. But I don't know. I wonder if sometimes she's having me on. Don't go and annoy Alphonse. Oh dear. because Merv makes me laugh. He wants to sleep by Alphonse, but he'd quite happily take all Alphonse's food. So naughty. You've had your carrots, and of course Star hasn't been very well because Star had a reaction to her equine flu jab, which has never happened before, and it was a different vaccine. I'm not sure if they've discontinued the one that she had, but she ended up with a huge swelling. I had 2 vets visits in a week. You had to have a course of bute, didn't you? But it's gone down now and she's back to normal. I'm just going to change my name to Lemony Snickett because we've had so much stuff that has gone wrong. I don't even want to think, I don't even think now what else can go wrong. Unfortunately, we lost poor old Dibley, and on the same day somebody dented my car in the car park. All the problems we've had with the house, insurance companies, it's just never ending. So I'm trying to sort of keep myself busy so that I don't have to think about it. And obviously I've got you, haven't I? You can manage to take my mind off of most things. Don't lick the camera, honestly. You've got to be really up close and personal. I can never photograph you properly because you've got to come and try and eat the camera, haven't you? I know. You just want scratches. Hello, Parsley. I got to watch Parsley because I've been trying to feed up my lady sheep, but of course you can't give it to one without the other having it. Parsley's like a woolly coffee table with legs now. I actually had a bucket stood on his back the other day. Sorry, someone's eating my sleeve. I wonder who that would be. That's you, isn't it? And there's Willow. Willow's lovely. Unfortunately, she's got to put up with you. There's Alphonse going to the toilet. He's fastidious, Alphonse. He takes hours and hours to go, and he's got to do it in every direction. I never realised that alpacas were like that. You get it all on this channel, really, don't you? You have got in my pocket, haven't you? And you've got a treat, you naughty, naughty goat. Oh, you're so naughty, aren't you? You just help yourself now. He's starting to look a little bit more tidy. His fleece is growing now, which is good. But yeah, he's still, the shearing job wasn't perfect, and I don't know how much of that fleece I'm going to be able to use for spinning. What are you up to, Alphonse? And we're waiting to see, because he had Shimmer here, which is a lady alpaca. We're waiting to see if she's pregnant, whether he's actually going to be a dad, which would be exciting. I know, hello Willow. Willow, don't eat my pocket. Yeah, I know, watch out, because that goat's hovering and he's horrible to you, isn't he? You. No, Merv! Honestly, she's never done anything to you. You're just being a bully, aren't you? You're a bully. I've been trying to keep myself busy, so I'm knitting myself a new winter hat with alpacas on, which has come out quite nicely. Hopefully Merv won't bite a hole in it like he did with the last hat that I knitted. And I don't know what possessed me to want to do Fair Isle socks, but I started a pair of those, and that's wool and alpaca blend, so I'm hoping it will be quite warm for the winter. Actually, they're not taking as long as I did think that they might. This is the first sock and I'm down to the heel, so I'm hoping by the time those are finished I might finish the spin that I'm doing so that I can knit a shawl just to keep me a bit warm of an evening, although it is a lot warmer in here since we've had the exterior insulation put on. We need to use the heating a lot less, which is good. And I've got this little bag which I've got my tablet in. That's one of my designs printed on a tote bag. I'm still sort of deciding whether that's a route I really want to go down, but I quite like it and it's useful for sort of keeping the bits in. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.